Okay, in this video I'm going to give a quick summary of what this project is about. We call this the Matrix project, and what it basically was is a collage of images that said something about you, things that you like, who you are, culture, family, so past, present, future. And so what you see is the end result, which was great results this year. So basically what we started with was a list of 20 categories that, again, related to your life, culture, past, present, future. And the the categories had to be specific. So if you like music, we all like music. You need to be more specific about what type of music you like. Maybe an artist, a specific artist. So that's basically what we started with, a list of 20 categories, and you had some sources, like we had a questionnaire. You can see that you filled out a questionnaire at the beginning. You also did um, a mandala with images, so you already had some places where you could find the ideas for your matrix. Then you were supposed to find images like these images on the internet and then print them out, that would go in your matrix, like these images. You can see them, they're right here. Yeah, great job there. And so you found those images, and these images you were gonna transfer them by shading the back with the ebony pencil, or even a regular pencil. You shaded the back, and then you transfer them like this to the newsprint paper. Here's a view of the images once they were transferred. And so you started with the paper, which you see there. That's a 12 by 19 newsprint. And then you were supposed to end up with a grid like this, 2 by 2 inches, which you drew on this paper. And then you merged some of these squares. Some of these squares were merged, like 4 or 6 or 2 or 3. They were merged. And then when you merged them, you were supposed to put the images inside those merged squares. So you can see the images were supposed to be overlapped, connecting, merging, all those words that imply unity and harmony. So this is one good example of the images being connected. And then here's another good example. So that's basically what you ended up with. Then you took that and put it on this Bristol board, nice thick Bristol board, and so you transfer it to that by putting the ebony pencil on the back of the newsprint and then putting it on top of the paper, and put a couple pieces of tape, and then you went over the images and they transferred to this paper. And then when you Sharpie it, then that's basically how it looks like. So again, this project was about uh, shading, right? Shading. It was about line. It was about texture. It was about patterns. And before we did this, we had this worksheet that you guys did, like here. This is a good example. You learn definitions. The definitions you were supposed to write in here on this worksheet. And so these textures and these patterns, you were supposed to apply them to the matrix. If you look at these backgrounds there, you can see them all over the place. So that's basically what the project was about. Making it dark, not too bright or empty, you know. So when we get closer to the images, we can see okay, so look at the backgrounds, patterns. So there was an element of critical thinking here where you needed to kind of figure out how to connect images. How do you take something like here and run it across in order to connect things, you know? So you can see, again, also this, I forgot to mention, this was a project about composition. You're learning how to make an interesting composition, and you learned that through the grid. If you look at these carefully, you can see where the merging of the squares were. Like here, you can see there were 4 or 6 squares being merged. Or here, like four squares. There's 4 squares being merged over there. Here, you can see there were 4 squares merged over there on the upper left-hand corner. And so here's another great example there with the cross and how the background, that pattern turns into the arms. So that's what the project, again, was about. It was about merging, connecting, overlapping your images. So you were basically creating a collage. And none of these images were needed to be free-handed, because some of you don't know how to draw. The goal here was to basically trace, because that's the first step before you really get into serious drawing, you know. But I hope this video helps. You can see all the projects look very unique, and the definitions that you were supposed to write on the worksheet, they were posted on ETUSD, and there you go. All right, I think that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you.